Welcome back to Arkansas Bigfoot, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great day. Well, I'll tell you right off the bat that it is mid-morning and we have got planes and trains and the road crew running bush hogs up on the highway, so it's a little noisy out here. But it isn't going to matter for what we're doing today. I am doing a solo walk because Rachel has the grandbaby again. And with this time change in the shorter days, it's probably going to happen a little more often through the winter time. It just makes it hard to schedule times to get out here together. But we take what we can get and work with what we got, so anyway, I haven't really talked to anybody or done much of anything all week. Ever since our Halloween video, I kind of took a few days break from everything after that orb flash, that energy drain. It's not just the camera batteries and the lights that are on it that are exposed and get drained from it. For 3 days afterward, I just felt like I'd been on a rack. All of my joints hurt and just felt kind of punch drunk. It's a weird thing too, because everything that was out and exposed, the infrared camera, this camera that I'm using right now, the lights that were on them, everything was drained flatline. This camera had a brand new battery on it, which should have been about 150 minutes of run time, and it only had a few minutes left on it when we pulled it out to use it to get out of the woods. But we had a little Faraday bag that came with that EVP recorder that Rachel has, and I had put the Surefire flashlights inside of it and had that in my back pocket. Now they were protected, they worked just fine. Didn't seem to affect them. So I'm going to have to figure out an ingenious way to maybe wrap or treat or come up with something for the camera system at night, but I don't know what it would be without, blocking the lights or blocking the lens, because any part of it that would be exposed would, be susceptible to getting drained from it. So anyway, we took a few days and we came out here and didn't record anything. We just loaded up the gifting trees, and I stuck a voice recorder back here in the back, so we got to retrieve it today. You can hear that bush hog running up on the highway. So anyway, I'm feeling a little bit better now. It's been almost a week, but you get older, you start looking for things to kind of help you get the job done without as much effort. And I came up with this contraption today because I've got a bunch of stuff that I brought down here that I wanted to try out. But I took that little wagon and made a cup holder thing for it, and got the bucket and some equipment in there. And you guys saw me do the camera test for that little action camera that I'd gotten at the pawn shop. Well, I've mounted it onto this little remote control truck, and that's something I'm going to be playing around with today. I don't know if I'll have footage on here for you from it, but I just wanted to roll it around in the woods and see what kind of distance I can get out of it with the remote. Let it record. Thought it might be handy to run up under the bushes and up over the slope of a hill to kind of see what I can't see from where I'm standing farther back. But this wagon's a little bit rackety, but we're going to get on over here and get these trees filled up and see what else we discover. Coming up on this first gifting tree, and from back here I already see that something doesn't look right with it. All the stuff that was in that white bucket, the bucket's flipped over and it's all out on the ground. And on top of that log looks to be that great big rock that was down inside the hollow of the tree. And get on over there and check it out and get this tree loaded up. Ransacked through all of that, checking it out and digging around in it. That's weird though about that rock, because it was down here in the base of the tree laying on the ground. Baggy out there, and I can see way up on the slope of the hill some peanut butter cups laying up there. Alright guys, I'm going to pause this for just a minute and get all this cleaned up and restock the tree. I'll be right back. Alright, I might not be as efficient at it as Rachel is, but I think I've got it squared away. Got a little bit of everything going on for him. There's a bunch of oyster crackers in that bag, popcorn, Cheerios. This bag up here has granola bars, Rice Krispie treats, a little fudge brownie, some cheese crackers, raisins, peanuts. There's their cereal bag. Got apple and peanut butter here, and down here one of the great big cans of sardines in hot sauce, which I know Junior loves. Strawberry applesauce, and that coffee can is full of shrimp gumbo. If they can't get satisfied on that, there's no help for them. Alright guys, let's get on down the trail and get the rest of it taken care of. Good spot to get my wagon through here. Now there's another baggie on the ground over here. Leave that set there for just a minute because I wanted to tell you about something right in here. This is where we were sitting at on Halloween night, and I had brought down some rods, like iron rod and copper rod, probably about 3 foot long sections, and I had stuck them in the ground kind of in a circle around this area right here. My thought was it would be like a grounding rod device in case of something like the orb or anything else that's been draining our cameras would show up. And nothing happened while we were inside this area here. That orb didn't appear until later, after we walked out through that direction and got probably another 60-75 yards deeper into it. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Well, I thought I'd turn the camera off long enough to get around those logs and the big tree fall back there, because I'd just be shaking and moving the camera all over the place. But I think we're good for the rest of the way, so let's get on up there. Alright, so we got baggies all over the place. Bottle of molasses laying there. Alright, my voice recorder's still where I put it. I'll get home and see if anything's on it. I got peanut butter cups and stuff everywhere. Alright, let's fix this tree up. We'll be right back. Alright, I've got this tree all fixed up and ready to go. Got their sardines and applesauce, some apples and peanut butter and popcorn and all their baggies of treats, and left that molasses block there on the tree. I was so busy focused on working on this, I didn't even raise my head up to look around. And when I did, this has got to be the weirdest thing. So Rachel and I came out here a few days ago and loaded up these trees and left that voice recorder. We'll see what's on it. But there's stuff snapped and broke everywhere. Stuff all around here. But the weirdest thing is this. It looks like indentation footprints or something pressed in the ground where that was stomped off and snapped. This one snapped off. But check this out, guys. I don't know what to make of this. This is like a mock campfire, maybe. There's a peanut butter cup and part of a baggie in there. Another tree broke off right there. Stuff all around this tree now, and that wasn't there before. All this thrown out over here. Walked around and looked at the stone wheel, and it doesn't appear like anything is different than it was the last time, other than a few leaves were laying on top of it. But her stack of rocks are all down again. I'm not sure what they were doing. If this was, they were imitating I don't know, a campfire, a powwow kind of thing. I have no idea. But everything seems to be within about 25 or 30 yards of the gifting tree. I'm not seeing too much farther out. But all that's leaned up like the tree up front. And what's weird is this one here, for the longest time, had been cleaned out on that side of it, like they were sitting up against it, maybe eating their snacks, and now it's got all this stuff. That tree's tore down out of the root. I guess I'll have to show Rachel the images and she can ask Anku what's going on with it. Alright, so one more thing before I start on to the next phase. You know, most everybody that has followed the channel realizes that we have tried trail cams over and over again, and they either get torn down off the tree, or they get a big bush or something with a lot of leaves on it shoved up in front of it where it won't take images. But regardless of that, we still get the ones that, where's the trail camera? Why don't you put the trail camera out? Well, they don't work. These guys know they're here. They'll do whatever it takes to cover them up or knock them down. But just to satisfy you, there's a trail cam pointing right toward the gifting tree. Right there. And we're going to leave this out till the next walk. I wouldn't hold my breath and count on anything, but there it is. Alright, so I'm going to set this little remote control truck up and mess around with it for a little bit and see what it does out here in the woods, if it'll even work. I don't know if I'll include any of that footage on this video today, but I'm going to play around with it and see what I can come up with. We'll catch you in a little bit. Alright, well, after I got back to the house and had a chance to listen to the audio off of that voice recorder, we got some pretty incredible sounds coming out of there, and it actually explains a lot looking at what I saw on the ground. The noises that match it, it's pretty remarkable. I've already put a video together and gave it to Rachel to upload onto her channel and use it as part of the Bigfoot behavior series that she's working on. But I'm going to give you a little example of it here at the end of this video. If you would like to listen to the rest of it, go visit her channel, Into the Veil. I'll provide a link for it. And to kill two birds with one stone, the remote control truck, I've got a little bit of a clip from messing around with it today, so I'll just play the audio while we're looking at some of the footage from the remote control truck. Appreciate everybody coming along today, and we'll catch you next time down the trail. Thanks.